All right, and we're live. Guys, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to, hi, my name's Kate, but it's on the screen. And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Aimee, who is a client of mine in a total different state of Australia. And she's just finished my 90-day course and has had great success. And her other business has increased as a result of that as well, because Aimee was a chiropractor in her successful established clinic before I met her. And I guess she wanted to be able to launch personal training without doing more hours somehow. And she'd done a few things to try and do that online before. But I guess tell us about your situation, Aimee. As where were you before we met? What was going on for you as far as business and launching the personal training side of coaching?
Well, I was at the point where I had busy clinic and wanted to be able to give my clients more, support them more from just when they're in here with their chiro visits, and had sort of looked into doing some online personal training stuff, tried to do that myself. Hadn't really had the success that I wanted to. Got to a point where I had a little bit more time on my hands with one of my kids at school full-time, one at part-time school, and just needed to find a better way of doing what I was trying to do, really.
Yes, I hope you guys don't mind me talking about your personal life. If people are struggling with time, it really is a matter of just figuring out how to do things in a better way, isn't it? Because tell us about your family, Aimee. How many kids have you got? And the youngest is two.
Yes, I have 3 kids, a 2-year-old, just turned 4, and almost 6-year-old at home.
Yeah.
So it keeps me very busy.
Yeah, amazing. And however many clinics, clients, etc. So what was going on in your business as far as where were you with the personal training coaching side of things before we met? Was there frustrations, or you just thought, I just need to do X, Y, Z and I'm not sure how to do it? What was going on?
Yeah, it was frustrating because I knew that there was so much of an opportunity to help people more, but I just couldn't work out how to do it. I'd looked at different courses, done different stuff, lots of stuff that I didn't like the look of, and the way people were sort of telling me that it had to be done. And so, I was just looking for a different way of looking at it that wasn't all ClickFunnels and cookie cutter stuff, and still human contact, because that's the big thing that I love about both aspects of my job.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And that's what every coach or chiropractor and people in a kinesthetic business have, is you've got such a skill. It doesn't usually translate to ClickFunnels, but I don't get any money from ClickFunnels from saying this. We don't use ClickFunnels with any of my girls anyway. But if you're wondering what that is, that just means that some people are taught to build a sales page where you click something and then you click the next thing, then you click the next thing, and then hopefully the person buys your product. That's the sales funnel. That's what Aimee was talking about, because a lot of people in the online space are teaching people how to do that. I've done it as well before, and it's great if you're happy to sit at a computer, but there's got to be a way to be able to use your kinesthetic face-to-face talents with clients to actually build whatever it is that you want to build without being able to do more hours. So what are some of the things that you got, Aimee, actually just out of the 90-day course that we did?
Heaps. The biggest thing for me was accountability, doing all these things that I knew I probably should have been doing, and having someone there to make sure I was actually doing them. I've developed courses. I'm now running seminars and workshops in the clinic, which to start with absolutely scared the bejesus out of me, because I'd tried them in the past and not successfully. And I have people asking when the next one is, and when it's going to be and what it's going to be on, which is really cool. And basically I have more time on my hands than I did before, just because I've got plans in place, more productive, and as people said, I'm much more visible on social media and things, but I definitely spend, I reckon, about a quarter of the time on there doing it.
I love that.
Yeah,
because
it's the best.
Yeah, often who's got time? Actually, you guys get in trouble if you're spending too much time on social. Yeah, it's draining.
I tell people off for it.
Oh, do you? Your own clients as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's important. What are some tangible differences, I guess, that you've seen? People want to know about numbers. You don't have to use direct figures, but you've mentioned before that like just the business in your own clinic increased as well. And you've mentioned seminars and workshops. What have you got now as far as more business for the clinic and programs that you are running?
Yeah, so I've had Chiro-wise, had the busiest 2 months that I've ever had in the clinic, which is really cool. And then from the PT side of things, just with the programs and the seminars and that sort of stuff as well, in the last 3 months, income-wise, which is a massive driver for doing it as well, I've had double what I did in the last 12 months. I've done that in the last 3 months of the course, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to make it sound like it's a miracle or anything, because it's actually just doing things that are going to get you results, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess, a little bit of guidance goes a really, really long way.
Long way, absolutely.
So you weren't really skeptical, though, so to speak, before you tried it, which, I mean, some people might be, they might not be. What would you say you were kind of looking for as far as why me?
Why you? As I said, I've definitely been sort of watched you in the background a little bit and seen stuff. And the biggest driver, I think, for me was that you seemed very real, very human, non-cookie cutter, and just someone that I could relate to, and passionate, which I think is a big thing. I think so many people, or so many of the other things that I have tried before, people just sort of sign you up and that's it, that's done. So, I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Maybe it comes from, actually, you've just given me a good insight there. Maybe it comes from the fact I like kinesthetic business as well. And as much as even this is all done online too, I'd prefer to jump out of the screen and give you guys a hug. Someone said to me once, your stuff comes across as if you're a bit mothery, but whatever. I don't make it about me. It's about, how much can we get done for you guys? And you've all got such unique talents. You're the first chiropractor that I've worked with, but it's just so interesting that as you've changed yourself and what you're offering, that's picked up as well. And it's good because now, like, as far as what you know now to go on with and what you've got, like, how do you feel about that? What have you got as far as what you can go on with now yourself?
Yeah, it's exciting. Like, I'm excited about planning the next 6 and 12 months and doing more programs and seminars, workshops, and supporting people when they're not in the clinic, and excited to do more of that. And clinic-wise as well, hiring more chiropractors to come on board. So I've got more time to do this sort of stuff as well, which is really exciting to think that's going to happen soon.
Isn't it funny? And I've often, to use you as an example, now my computer's trying to update itself. Hang on.
Of course.
Yep. But the power's plugged in. No, it's not gonna update. It's funny how it doesn't seem to matter how credible the person actually is and how many certificates and diplomas and degrees and PhDs you guys have got. There's always things to challenge you. And I remember when we started, you're like, I've thought of doing seminars and I've tried the odd thing before or whatever, but no one was holding you accountable or actually had a structure of why and how to get it to work. Yeah. Because you mentioned that you tried it before. So it's good. Is there thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything else that you want to say or that you could share with anyone that might be thinking about doing this, or even just guidance for people that want to build their business?
Yeah, I think working with you has been the best. It's definitely changed so much for me, business and personal wise. And I think the biggest thing is just to start with, you've got, like, even as said, building online stuff, you've got to get out from behind the computer and meet people and build connections and do it that way to start with. Yeah.
Because it gives you wins up front, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
And it's really important. Otherwise, as I've said to some girls, it's like saying to you, bringing your clients on board and then saying, now listen, we're going to measure you, but we're only going to measure what you're doing on the 1st of January every year, okay? So just stick with it for 12 months and then you'll get somewhere, because that actually is the online game. If you just keep throwing shit at the internet, it really does take a really long time unless you're doing it in a strategic way and being able to use your skills. I'm incredibly happy for you and how it's all turned out for your business. And thank you so much again for your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right. Happy to end it there and let Aimee go shopping on her very, very busy chiropractic scheduled day because she's fit us into her day. And you guys know how to contact me if you want. I'll put a link below this if anyone wants to have a call in relation to their business. And thanks again, Aimee. And I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.